We live in a culture where relationship is key. Spending time with people is key. Taking the time to sit and build relationship is key.
We'll just sit with them, and almost every conversation, at some point something will come up where we can say, look, that reminds me of the story from the Holy Book. Can I tell you the story? The response is, yeah, of course, I'd love to hear that story.
You have to be present. You have to have time before that kind of trust develops.
The work is slow. It takes time.
When we say they are like family, it's because that's how it really feels.
Well, today we have a special treat because we're going to hear from two different family units in our church. I want to invite Grace and or Noi, both of you, one of you, whoever wants to come on up, and she's going to share with us what they're a part of that God is doing in the Philippines. So come on up, Grace. So I asked Grace to just share a little bit. She's got some slides for us, but I have just a couple questions, and you can kind of lead the dialogue. Just overrun whatever I have planned and just share what you want to share. But I'm going to just ask you a question to get started. Can you just explain, kind of for somebody who has no idea what's about to be talked about, what you're doing and where it's happening, what you're excited about?
Oh, yes. We're excited about doing this project. We named it the Guimaras Project. That is an island in the Philippines. That's also where joy and hope lives in the Philippines. So I was gonna, I was gonna tell the history about it.
Oh, please, yes, please, go.
Well, about 12 years ago, my cousin was a pastor. I saw this picture, and it showed some teenagers, a basketball court, it's not even cement, it's like mud floor, outside. And then a bamboo hut, like a small house we just made of bamboo and straw. And I said, what are you doing there with these kids? And he said, oh, we're doing a retreat. So I was thinking, why are you just doing it in one house and a basketball court? And he said, because it's so expensive. We cannot afford like a beach resort or any nice places to go to. So from then on, I think God has gave us this burden on our hearts, Noi and I, that when we retire, we're just gonna build our house and use the land to create this place where these kids can have their retreat. They can have like the churches, the pastors can have their seminars, little conferences. It's just gonna be a small budget kind of place. It'll be very low cost. We don't need the profit. It's just probably enough to maintain the place and pay the wages of our workers, so that these kids, the church community, can have a place they could also enjoy and where they can also learn about God, where the kids can develop relationships among their friends, their peers, and also at least enjoy life. Because in the Philippines, most of these kids come from poverty and they don't really enjoy life like we do here. They don't have nice things. At least let them see a different side of life. So pretty much that's the gist of that. It's providing a place for churches, for pastors, for women's group, men's group. It won't be open to the public because it's going to be small scale, but it'll be just for the certain groups that would like to use the facility.
So essentially a retreat center.
Yeah, retreat center.
Now, I heard you say something real interesting. Are U.S. pastors allowed to come do a retreat there?
Yes.
No, but on a serious note, you said this is almost 12 years kind of been kind of rattling around in your heart, the Holy Spirit kind of working with you?
Yeah, we did actually bought land after 10 years ago. And unfortunately, that was one of the hiccups during this journey. Mm-hmm. That land we bought, we cannot use it because of some government issues. In the Philippines, the land, especially the rice land, the government is giving it to the tenants, the workers, to help them because the owners there, they own lots of land, and in order for the poor people to have some piece of land, then the government put a rule where the owners have to give them land. And unfortunately, our land was included in this program, so we cannot use it for now until the case in the Department of Agricultural Reform is done. So we actually, when we went in March, I told them, I said, we're going to go there in March no matter what. I have to find another land. You know, God will provide it for us, and sure enough, it was provided for us. We went there March the 4th. We got the land probably a week later. It was given to us, I believe, because the price of that land was supposedly around 10 million pesos, and we got it for 3.5 million only. Wow. It's really cheap. And then my classmate was saying, Grace, you're buying that land that's so expensive. I said, no, the owner gave it to us. It's 3.5.
Wow.
It's like
amazing.
given to us, like, this is really, because I cannot afford that much money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a lot of money, all this in Philippine pesos, but we got it at such a low cost amount. So I think God was there
That's
to
amazing.
provide it for us.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Did you want to show us some pictures?
Yes. Okay.
Go ahead, Julia. So this is a map of the world, right?
This is a map of the world, and if you look at the green on your right side, you see China and Australia, and in the middle are small islands, and the Philippines is one of the green ones over there.
I know
So
it's really small.
it's really small.
It's really
but just
small.
give you an idea where we are. And the United States is on the pink side. On the left side there, it's the U.S. and then Canada, the blue one.
You have to go slow for us Americans with our geography. I know.
Yeah, so at least you know where we are. We're on the other side. So now the Philippines, see, it says Philippines. This is the Asia, another part, so you can see clearly that the Philippines is near Vietnam, Indonesia, Thailand, and Cambodia, and near China. It says it's a yellow island.
So the Philippines is a bunch of islands together.
Yeah, it's a bunch of islands. It's called an archipelago.
Yep.
So there's about 7.
Think about the Florida Keys, but a lot more and a lot bigger.
Once I look around, as I see, 7,641 islands.
Mm-hmm.
And we're divided into 3 main divisions. The upper part, where you guys are probably familiar, is Manila. That's the upper part. It's called Luzon. And in the middle part, it's called Visayas. And the end part is called Mindanao. Actually, Noy is from Mindanao.
So these are like 3 regions in the
3
Philippines.
regions, yeah.
Okay.
And in the middle, that's where we live. I don't know, you cannot see it, but we live in the island of Panay, which we live in Iloilo City.
Oh, I see it.
You see that? And then the other island is Negros. But in between Panay Island and Negros Island is a small little yellow island that's called Guimaras.
Go ahead, Julia.
Yeah, next slide.
Okay. So this is a zoomed-in view from what we just were looking
Yes,
at.
so Iloilo is the other island, and then Guimaras is a small island, and Jordan, that's where we got the place we're gonna stay. Now Hope and Joy are in Buena Vista. They're in another part of the Guimaras.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Here are how many?
Oh, here's the pictures we wanted, right?
No, yeah, Guimaras is a beautiful island. The beaches. Keep going.
Now, is this on your property, or is this just pictures of the
These
island?
pictures, our property is in the mountains.
Okay.
So it is about 20 kilometers. That's how many miles away? Kilometers, 0.6.
I have no idea.
1
1 mile is 1.6 kilometers.
Okay. So 20 kilometers is over probably
around-
30 miles, right?
Is it?
About. I'm not good at math. We all know this. Is there any more slides, Julia?
1 kilometer, yeah. So these are the islands, the white beach sand, but some of them are not. This is probably Nueva Valencia. You could go explore the caves.
Wow.
You could go around a boat around the island in one day. These are the beaches. And they have waterfalls too. I haven't seen that.
And
though.
the climate is like a jungle climate, correct?
Yeah, it's like a jungle. It's really nice there. It's very windy and it's way up high too. And also in Guimaras, there's, according to the 2007 census, there are only 151, 238 people living there. So it's not a lot of people compared to the other islands. So pretty much economy is tourism, agriculture, a lot of fish. Sometimes they just dock on and you just buy fresh fish on the
Directly from the fishermen.
from the fisherman.
So you and Noi are going to basically be starting a retreat center that's targeted at kind of kids, mainly kids who are coming from a poverty background, in order to give them a place where they can come and have some leisure time and hear the good news of Jesus, correct?
It's not just the kids, but also the pastors. 'Cause
Yeah.
They also
Oh, I
are
heard
in
that part,
poverty. Yeah. So I talked to several church leaders, and they were so happy because they said they have to do a lot of fundraising in order to allow the kids to go to a retreat place.
Yeah.
And because the church there cannot afford. Sometimes they have some people would donate some money, and then they could do that. But the pastors can have the retreat place at a very, very low cost. You just no.
And we have similar things here in the United States. I mean, we have our retreat center up at Summit Grove, kind of a similar idea where you can go for a retreat camp. So tell me then, to kind of wrap up, what are you most excited about with all of this?
Is getting to see all these kids come there and enjoy. They're already excited about it. They're the camping part. There's also like tents. We'll have to provide the tents and stuff like that. And adventure, like what did you call that, Noi? Huh? I don't know if your kids have been to River Valley Ranch.
Yeah.
Those adventure where they have those, they could climb up.
Like a ropes
zip
course?
line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking, and there are zip line companies that can do that in the Philippines.
So you're just excited about the opportunity to gather, especially kids
Yes.
together, and give them a good place. What is something that, how can we be praying? What's the most pressing prayer need for you?
Well, I know it's kind of, we're 65 years old, and sometimes you're like, why are we doing this, But because God called us, it's just like we're fearlessly going through the journey. I guess just make sure good health and...
Thank you for sharing. Anything else you wanted to add?
I think that's it.
All right, thank you.